You're watching the 2023-24 SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the Trinity University Men's Basketball Program. The Tigers will once again be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Jimmy Smith, along with the leadership from senior guard Tanner Brown. Coach Tanner, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Coach, before we jump into the start of a new season, I want to go back to this summer and ask you about the opportunity you had to represent the USA and coach at that international level. Just sort of take me through that journey, that experience. How did that come about? And what did you learn, coaching outside of the Trinity environment there and representing, the U.S. on that international stage?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with just kind of how things got going. Tanner was a part of the initial group that actually worked as a training team and a practice team for our women's Olympic team going into the last Olympics. So they had a training camp here in San Antonio, and we're looking for some guys to basically, be a practice team for them. And so Tanner, Caleb Jenkins, Ben Hanley, and AJ Clark all did that. And then they got to continue on with them that summer to a couple other training camps, and as they prepared to go to the Olympics and end up winning gold. And so we've just fostered a relationship with USA basketball, particularly the 3-on-3 group. From that, these guys did a great job of doing whatever was needed to get the team ready. And so each summer we've had some opportunities to be training or practice teams with various USA teams going across to compete in all over the world. And this year they came to us with an opportunity to play in the Nations League, which was a week-long event in Handan, China. So we were representing USA basketball in the U21 tournament, and we were allowed to bring 6 of our guys to go compete, and I was allowed to coach the team as well. So unfortunately, Tanner was just missed the age limit, so he didn't get to go. But yeah, what an awesome experience to get to go and experience a different part of the country, to wear USA across your chest and represent our awesome country. And then for us, we don't get to spend a whole lot of time with our guys during the summer, like some of the other levels. So just to get to practice a little bit, but more so just travel and hang out and be around the guys and just to get to know them even better than I already did and continue to develop chemistry was just a really remarkable experience. And we had some big wins, which was fun, and just left with lifelong memories that we'll never forget.
Tanner, as we look ahead to the start of your senior season, you've been an impact player on that floor for the Tigers really since day one, a 3-time All-SCAC honoree. As you get prepared for your senior camp and the start of this preseason, what are you looking forward to most about this time of the year, this season, and what makes getting back with the guys special heading into a new season?
Yeah, I think especially this year, I think the group of guys that we all kind of like hang out with each other. I think just that chemistry that we have is, I don't think, something we've had before. So I think just like relationships that we have with this team, I think it's going to show when we play. And I think just chemistry in general is going to be like a big part of our team. And just the guys, they're great, and coach as well. So I think we bond like no other team, and it's going to show, I think, when we play this year.
Coach, coming into this season, as you look at this roster, it's a nice blend of guys that return that were key parts to successful teams last year, and then some new faces as well. I think 5 guys returned that played 14 plus minutes from you on a night-to-night basis, and then 6 first years plus whoever else might be new to this program join. And you have the opportunity with some extra time, some extra opportunities to meet with this group ahead, which is different than in the past prior to that October 15th date. How were you able to take advantage of that? How did that help kind of get this group sort of starting to come on the same page? And did it change your philosophy or process coming into a new season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's nice to, be able to do things a little bit earlier, just from a chemistry standpoint, kind of like what Tanner was speaking on, just to be able to officially get the group together, have some focus on where you want the team to go, and, just a little bit of guidance. But more so, I think just for the new guys, it's nice for them to be able to be incorporated a little bit sooner. So we kind of took an approach where we were practicing once a week, and it was great. It's difficult too, because we've never been able to do it before. So, people are like, how's it going? Like, well, I think it's good, but we've never been able to do this before. So, I don't really know how we should look. But it was nice just to be able to, like I said, get everyone together. And, we played actually an exhibition game 2 days ago against UTSA, and having those 8 practices prior to the 15th, I think really helped us just to be able to have enough stuff in to be able to play a game. So it's been really beneficial. I think it's been a good change for everyone. And, I think just from the guys, what I've seen from a preparation standpoint, instead of us having just to go full bore, 6 days a week, maybe 2 days on the weekends, and, long practices just to try to get prepared for the season, we've been able to ease into it a little bit more, which I think physically has been better for all of our athletes as well.
Tanner, coming into this season, you've been a part of some very, very successful teams that have been right there on the precipice of cutting down the nets at the end of the season, the SCAC tournaments. How do you take those experiences and kind of allow that urgency to maybe seep over into the rest of the teams? Maybe some of these younger guys that are going to have to play some bigger roles that, it's difficult maybe to have that perspective when you're a first or second year, but obviously your senior, your urgency is going to be there. What is, from a leadership standpoint, kind of your message to this group coming into the season?
Yeah, yes, sir. I think for me personally, my growth as a leader on this team has been different over the years. Like you said, freshman, sophomore year, I was kind of just like there, like doing what I thought was good for the team. And then over the years, I'm trying to become more a vocal leader, because I think that's going to have to be something that I need to do by the end of the year. And also, like Coach said, like there's freshmen that are going to get time, like in the exhibition game. Like a couple of freshmen played well, and that's what they need to just build on. And I'll be able to tell them, like, yo, this can be done, and you just got to just stay with it, because if you can play, coach will put you out there. Like he's doing what's best for the team. So I think just being a better vocal leader and just setting a great example for those who may be on the younger side of the team, I think that should be my job for this year as a leader.
Coach, offensively, this team once again was at the forefront of the SCAC in terms of points per game. That's back-to-back years. Trinity has led the league on the offensive side of the ball. That's the first time that's happened since Centenary did it back in 13-14, 14-15. How do you continue that trend heading into this season, and what can you take away from the last couple of years and apply to this season to hopefully, continue to have that success on the offensive end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I think, there's a lot of markers where you try to, identify your team and say what, makes you a little bit different. I think we're fortunate that we have guys that can make shots, can space the floor, can make decisions when they get in the paint. And, obviously that's something that we recruit towards and we work on. But, we want to play fast. We think we have guys that can make decisions quickly, and we think we have guys that can make shots, and finish around the rim. And so, that's definitely something that we work on a lot every day. We work on, from the first practice. And, whether or not we lead the league or not is not necessarily our goal. But, I think for us, we like playing at that style. And I think it's yielded a lot of wins for us. Obviously, we got to play some defense and try to stop some people also. But, we anticipate, being at the top again of points per game, just based on the pace we want to play at and the skill set that our guys have, ability to get the ball in the basket.
Tanner, you've been a part of a program that's continued to raise the level and continue to raise the bar as far as the standard year in, year out. And really, it's a testament to the hard work that you and your teammates have put in as you've had conversations, with some of the other leaders on this team, with your teammates, about some of the goals heading into this 2023-24 season. What have those conversations looked like, and what's going to be key for this group to try and, reach those goals heading into the season?
Yes, sir. I think it was definitely something we talk about every year since I've been here. Most importantly is just cutting down the nets. I think that's something that we all want to achieve. And then also going beyond that, I think our team is capable of going beyond cutting down the nets and into the NCAA tournament. But I think like that whole goal needs to be something that you take one game at a time, because you can't overlook any team. You can't like say, oh, this team's not as good as us, then we need to like take it down a notch. Like that shouldn't be the case. So I think just going one game at a time, and especially in our non-conference schedule, wins in that category will be big in terms of like getting a bid into the tournament. So I think just overall, I think our team knows our goals, and it should be like a one step at a time deal. So,
Coach, success comes in so many different forms and fashions. When you talk about success with your group, what do those messages look like to your team? How do you try to define success, whether it be on the floor, outside of the gym? What do you consider to be a successful season, and what will be considered, or what will be key to trying to accomplishing that this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think from a non-basketball standpoint, Tanner, spoke on a little bit, going into year 4, with the program. I think we've seen growth in our chemistry each and every year. And it's not to say that the guys who are gone weren't great contributors to that, but it's definitely something that's grown. And so I feel like this year, for me personally, like I want the guys to enjoy the experience. That doesn't mean that we're not going to work hard and get after it and do what needs to get done. But, I think that's something for me that is what success looks like is, we know we're gonna have some ups and downs, but do we enjoy being around each other and, competing every day and working as a group to get better? And so far this group has done a really good job of coming ready to work every day, but also we, have a pretty good time and, enjoy each other's company, which has been nice. From a basketball perspective, I think playing in big games defines success. I know these guys, particularly Tanner, he's been in the championship game, 3 years in a row now. And I know they want to get over that hump and be able to win the championship, the conference tournament and cut down the nets. But, we have been in the NCAA tournament. We won a game in the NCAA tournament. We want to have the opportunity to get back there. And so I think if you see our non-conference schedule, we're playing teams from all over the country that are, ranked or receiving votes. And, I think our league is going to be the strongest it's ever been this year. And so I think if we're playing in those big games, whether it's these non-conference games or really meaningful games in the conference schedule that are going to determine who the regular season champion is. And then, ultimately we hope we can get back to the championship and, get over the hump this year and cut down the nets. But for me, just as we continue to just put ourselves in positions to play in these big games, I think that is success from my standpoint.
Trinity University men's basketball head coach Jimmy Smith, along with leadership from senior guard Tanner Brown, the Tigers will open up the 2023-24 campaign when they take on Whitman on November 18th. Coach Tanner, thanks so much for joining us today and best of luck as you head into the season.
I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.